There we go. All right, guys. Most likely, there's nobody going to be watching this just yet, but this is for people that are actually looking for information on this. Uh, this is about the Bobcat miner that I bought last week, and I want to state, while I am happy that I finally got it after 10 months, uh, there's been a lot of hiccups and a lot of issues with it getting it up and running. This is my miner right now. As you can see, it's finally starting to sync. I got my first witness, and in 1 week, I've made a total of 12 cents. Now, I'm going to give this thing a chance because right now it's still saying it's syncing. So I don't know exactly what the full retrospect will be once it's done syncing. Um, but this wasn't as easy as I thought it was. With the Ipollo G1 Mini, I was able to just plug it in, put my wallet up into it, go to two miners, start mining, and had results within hours. This thing here has been a whole week, and it's I would say probably the last 2 days is when I finally got to this point. Now, uh, here's some things that you're gonna want to know about this. Okay, before you go too far. Number one, uh, 12 to 28 weeks. You're looking until your order's actually approved and done and ready to ship. Then you're looking another 3 weeks on top of that, 3 to 4 weeks on top of that before you even get the miner. Um, when they first came out with Helium, everybody was telling me, "Oh yeah, this is the greatest thing since Mother Jamaica made cookies, etc." But what they didn't tell you was those people already got the miners, and people like me who thought we were getting in early, because if you look up here, there's my the white dot is me. Um, Before I ordered, I looked on the Helium map right here, and I looked all around, and there was hardly anything here. There was like 4 or 5 miners in this whole area, and mine was actually, I didn't have any miners in my little grid, and the one that's like right here that shows nothing, uh, that one there was also empty. That one there's still empty, but mine now has two, so it's a total of three miners in my area. I was panicking because it took me a year to get this stupid thing, and now I'm fully saturated, so I'm thinking panicking and everything else. Well, uh, anyhow, I finally got it. I was told to install the Helium miner, which is this icon right here, the Helium miner. Uh, and once I got that up, then I was told to install the bobber. Okay, so you have to have both of those installed for some reason. I don't know why, but apparently the bobber complements. It links to the actual Helium account. I think the Helium. I think. I believe this one here, right there, is actually the wallet where it stores your HNT until you're ready to transfer it somewhere. The bobber is more for support and other issues that might come up with the Bobcat 300. Now, with that being all said, it looks like most people are getting it and they are consistently having issues with it. Now, here's the thing, okay? When I first got it, I went to this particular page, okay? And this page is your diagnoser page, okay? Now, what I did was I took the Bobcat miner and I pretty much hooked it up to the network, and then I went to this page. And the first question I had was, how the heck do I attach this to my wallet that I want? Now, note up here at the top it says synced gap -2. Now, when I first got it, it said syncing, SYNCING. Okay, so this is where a lot of people go wrong. Okay, they go to, they, let's back up. They pretty much do what I did. They get the miner, they set it up, they find a good location for it. In my case, it's a window without a screen, and then they plug it in. They were saying that you could use Wi-Fi. I don't like Wi-Fi because it's unstable. You turn a microwave on, a stove on, a fan on, and there goes your Wi-Fi. So you're not making good. So I chose to use the Ethernet port. So with that being said, I connected it to the Ethernet port. I made sure everything was plugged in correctly. When you get it, you install the antenna first, okay, and then you plug in the Ethernet port. The last thing you plug in is the power. Apparently, if you plug in the power and then you put the antenna on, you run the risk of destroying the entire Bobcat. So I read those instructions and do's and don'ts. Okay. However, here's the problem. At the time, I didn't get the Bobber app, or the Helium app, I should say, or the Bobber app installed. I just went. I went here. Hold on. Come on, baby, light my fire. Oh, while that one's loading up. Okay, that one's up. Don't know what's going on with this one. Hmm. Hold on, let me refresh this one. Now, if you notice, I got two different routers. I got my AT&T main router, and then I have this other router that doesn't seem to be working right at the moment. Oh, I know what the problem is. Never mind. There we go. Okay, now let's get back over here to the diagnoser. What I did was this. When I first got the miner, most people are going to do exactly what I did, if they're not 100% familiar with how these miners work. Okay, in my case, I actually went over here. I plugged it into the Ethernet cord, and it did say in the diagnoser, like, I'll give you an example. If you go to the diagnoser and you go here to the miner and you click on that, it'll bring up some information, and at the top here it says make sure that the ports are forwarded. Okay, so with that being said, okay, I actually port forwarded 44158. Uh, but since I have two different routers, one's the main router and that goes to the internet, and then I have an extended router that the miner is actually connected to. So I'll go ahead and log into this one first, and this is pretty much what I did. Uh, when I first plugged in the miner, it showed it here. So I clicked here, and of course you see the Bobcat miner. Oops, you see the Bobcat miner here. Okay, then I have two other miners here. Okay, those two miners are something else, but the one that I was looking at was this one. So I looked at this IP address, which is currently the IP address to the diagnoser. Okay, so I'm not worried about that. So what I did was I went to the internet section, oops, and then I went to advanced. I went to network, and then pretty much I went to I believe it was LAN. No. Where did I go? Oh, okay, now I forgot where I was at. No? Where is it? Oh, there it is, NAT 40, duh. Then I went to virtual servers. There it is. I was like, wait a minute, what did I do here? So, anyhow, I went to virtual servers. I clicked add. I did the server's type as Bobcat. Did the external port, the IP address, and internal port, all protocols, and saved it. Right, but I'm not done yet because I still, while this one's port forwarded, it it still has to go to this one, which hasn't gotten the port forwarding done yet. So I went to pretty much the home network. Okay. Oh no, let me rephrase that. Firewall and then IP pass through. Okay. Uh, anyhow, uh, on the IP pass through, uh, I don't have the password on here, but uh, I actually did the port forwarding on here also, and set it up to actually uh, pass through the port 44158. Once I did that, then I went to portchecker.co, and at that point I typed in 44158, and then I did a check, and at that point it stated that it was open. Okay, now in this particular case, since that was now open, I went back and went to the diagnoser, and at this point the synced option said it was syncing. So once it said it was synced, like where it's at now, I was assuming I was up and running, so I thought there was nothing else to do. However, it did state that I needed to install the Helium app. Okay, so what I did was I installed the Helium app, and at this point is where I made my next mistake. Okay, when I installed the Helium app, the first thing I noticed was right now I'm at 27 cents. Okay, the first thing I noticed was this information was missing. I didn't know how to get it there. I thought because it was syncing that this would automatically fill out. Um, I was trying to figure out exactly how to get it to work, and unfortunately, I didn't know how. But right now, I'm at 27 cents for 2 days. To me, that's not very good. But anyhow, after a week of trying to figure out why this thing's not working, it dawned on me. There is an option to where you can actually Bluetooth into the uh, Bobcat miner. They give you that little pin, and you stick it onto the miner until the light turns blue, and then of course you're supposedly able to connect it to this. Now what had happened was I would connect it to this, and it would error out, and it was different errors every time. What I ended up doing was taking this while it was trying to connect and literally place this on the outside of the Bobcat. Okay, and then at that point I held it, and finally it synced, and this week it actually synced to this, and then it showed up. Now at that point it showed, it still showed 2 here, but it also stated that down here where it shows this, it was syncing. At this point everything connected, but I still was required to install the Bobber app, this thing. Okay, now To me, most of this I don't need. They give you the option here to buy another Bobcat. Okay. Then you got this part where you can link it to your Helium app, which is technically the wallet. And then you have the option to buy the 500. If you have any issues, then you have the Knowledge Center, which in my case didn't help me at all. And then they got a little contact form here. Oops. Okay. Ooh, let me get up here. Okay. Then they got the contact form. Right here is the spot where you click on, and it comes up with this information. Okay. And it pretty much shows you that you're running. It shows that you're running and a little bit of other information. Now here's the part that I don't like about this. If you need support, they ask for a screenshot. The question is, when you try to do a screenshot with these, the app doesn't allow it. It says, sorry, this application will not allow screenshots off of this particular application. So, with that being said, how are you going to get a screenshot when somebody requests one? Anyhow, I got it up and running. Okay. And what I did at that point is once I got it running, I went here. The main page here, there's some options down here at the bottom. Oops. Dagnabbit. There's some options down here at the bottom. Those are more important than these big icons here. Okay. Hotspots brings up the Helium uh, miner that I have. And then at that point, and of course it says the newest. So I clicked on that, and it takes me to where this is. So this here is just pulling the information off of my other Helium app and bringing this up. But you can also do it off of your PC. Now, with that, we're going to go back over to this, and as you can see, I got my first witness right here. Uh, I don't like the transmit scale. It's only at .15, so apparently I'm not in a good position. I'm using the, as you would call it, the default um, antenna. I don't have one of those outside 50 foot, 20, 30, 40, 50 foot antennas that are 5 or 6 or 7, 8, 9, 15 dBs. I still got the 4 dB one. So, but the other thing, the reason why I haven't really done anything yet is because if you look at this, it shows that it's still syncing technically. So, uh, with that, I'm going to have to wait until this thing finally says synced, and then I gotta see what happens from there. Um, I do know that there are more areas like here. This one here was is 5. This one's 4. So these are starting to build up faster too. So all of these people are starting to get theirs. This is one area that doesn't have one, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually it does, but I don't know if it's up or not. Let me see. Yeah, it's up. It's got a better transmit scale than what I've had. Um, but he's only made 8 cents on his. Let's see. Yeah, I think his is a new one too. Oh no, his is relayed, so he's at lower earnings right now, so that's not good either. Uh, so let's go back over to here. Okay, all three of us are at .15. Okay. Uh, he's at 76, so even at 1.5, it's yeah. See, he's making about 71 cents. Uh, let's see, 30 days. He's making about $11 a month on this thing. But that's at this transmit scale is at 0.15. I don't know if he can make it any better than that with the default one. But if you look, he's getting 1, 2, 3. So technically, I should be able to get about that many, if not more. Um, his is synced, mine's still uh, syncing. So unfortunately, but looking at that, let's take a look at another one here. His is at 41. Now, he's at 0.15 also, but look at how many uh, places where he's getting. He's also getting them all the way out here in San Francisco. That's actually not too shabby, to tell you the truth. So he's making $1.22 a day. 30 days, he's at $5.98. Apparently, this is a new one too, but I don't know. I do not know if. Oh, this is relayed also. So even if it's relayed, he's still getting all of this, all of this. So mine's not relayed, so I'm lucky. I figured out how not to relay it. So at this point, I'm still syncing. So I don't know. I got my first witness. This has been up for like 2 days. I've got 12 cents. Um, I wish there was a way to get the transmit scale up. So technically, see, that's what I don't like. I did have I should have been in a 1 transmit scale, but you know, like I said, this place is starting to get oversaturated already. People are getting in here. 48. I don't know how to get this to a 1. A lot of these guys probably got theirs. They tried running it and probably were like, "Nah, it's not gonna work." How long was this? Oh, good lord. Did I just screw up this whole stream? I sure did. My microphone was off all this time, and I did not notice it until I saw that thing not going. Do, 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 do. Wow. Okay. I don't know how much volume was lost on that, but as I was saying just a second ago, my GPU rig that I'm building, I have a USB stick, and I also have an SSD card. I'm thinking about putting the SSD card on it. It's only 120 gigs. To me, if if I had this on, it'd be sticking out towards the room, and if people were walking by, somebody might kick it and damage it, etc. This one here, I can actually put on the platform next to the motherboard, and then just run Hive OS on this. Right now, I do have two graphics cards. I got a third one, but the third one I don't think is any good. Probably won't be able to use it. It's a little tiny one. And you're like, oh, that's so cute. I don't think that one's gonna run. So that's where we're at on that one. So I'm going to check and verify and make sure that everything's running fine on it first. But I did finally get it to power up, so everything there is good. The only bad part is the patch cable that goes from my fiber connection to the motherboard and to the switch over here. Unfortunately, I forgot to order that, and it's gonna be a little bit longer. I have to go to the local shop, and it's like through midnight, almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so that's not a good time to be going. So, with that being said, unfortunately, that's not going to work out too well for me until it might be sometime next week because I got to go to work tomorrow, so it's going to be hard for me to get to the store to get those two patch cables. So, with that being said, here's Wimble's price. Um, Wimble, I'm going to go back onto this for a second. Wimble is at $6.98. When I first got my G1 minis, the actual price was $15. It I didn't cash any of it out. I've been holding on to the Wimble, but it's been steadily dropping. But at the same time, I'm still making approximately 30, 38, 30. Well, now it's down to 39 because the price dropped some more. The actual estimated daily profit is now at $2.68. So the value of my Wimble, I got 5 coins right now, is approximately $31. If the price of Wimble here goes back up to, or rebounds to 15 or more, then at that point this will actually continue to start going up. This will adjust its price too. So what I found is they charge you a 1% fee. So if you listen to this where it says they can actually start transferring once it hits that particular amount, they're going to take a percentage of that, and you'll end up having what they classify as high gas fees. So what they've been recommending is make sure that this is high as possible before you actually transfer it to your wallet. What I like about all of this so far is this is completely anonymous, meaning that I can mine from here because they don't ask for personal information. I can go to my wallet and I could actually do transactions without people knowing who I am. Now, if I put this on an exchange, yes, then at that point they will know I have this money or these coins, and converting them to cash would be, not a very good idea. But anyhow, long story short, it seems to me like all of crypto's been pretty much taking a hit lately, up to and including yours truly, this and Helium. Bitcoin, Shiba Inu. Oh, good lord! Don't get me started on Shiba Inu. Hold on, let me bring that one up to show you what that one's doing. Uh, let's do it this way. Yeah, it's going back down again. See, yeah. Right now I only have that much in Shiba Inu, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna hold on to it. I can't put no more money into it because I'm out of cash until Monday. Monday, more cash will go into it, and then at that point, I can actually go back in and start investing more into Shiba. Unless it recovers by Monday, then we'll see what happens. But yeah, uh, right now, overall, crypto is not looking good, but neither is the stock market. So, to tell you the truth, I honestly do not know the future of both crypto and or the stock market. Fortunately for me, I liquidated all my assets before the market crashed today. So I guess I got one step ahead of the curve and am doing not too bad. So still gonna mine. I'm still going to run everything and see what happens. But until then, I'm gonna keep mining. I'll keep reviewing any and all units that I get, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, right now, unfortunately, Helium's taking a hit too. So, and the the part that I don't like is the fact that uh, I'm making like 12 cents a day right now. But hopefully this will actually go from sinking to synced, and hopefully that'll solve the particular issue that I'm currently having. Um, we'll see what happens. Suboptimal transmit rate. Huh. Yeah, see, it still shows that it's sinking. Uh, I'm not relayed. That's good. Reward scaling. Well, we'll see what happens. Yep, this is about what I'm making per day right now. Hopefully, when this sinks, this will improve, but we'll see what happens. I do not like the fact that my transmit scale is there, and I don't know if I can improve it or not. Unfortunately, I don't see any one transmit scales. If anybody knows how to convert transmit scale from a 0.15 to a 1.0, let me know. I don't see it. Uh, wow, that one's actually a nice connection. And this one here is actually relayed too. It's synced and relayed. Oh, good lord. Oh, we got invalid witnesses too. See that's another thing I don't know. I'm afraid I'm gonna start getting those, and if that's the case, then I'm gonna run into a lot of issues. Oh well. Until later, guys. Peace out. I'm done.